Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're so excited to talk about how to have a healthier gut.
Yay! I'm so excited. This is going to be so fun. I'm here joining Kim. My name is Leanna.
And I'm Kim.
You too. We hope that you guys really enjoy the webinar, or I guess this recording today that we're doing on how to have a healthy gut. It's going to be awesome. We have some really valuable information that hopefully you can take in and use and implement in your daily routine. So we're excited to share with you today.
Okay, so if you're feeling bloated, gassy, constipated, or if you have allergies or stomach aches or food sensitivities, you're going to benefit from this recording. Okay, so Leanna, you have had some personal experiences with you and your kids of how you helped heal your gut and started feeling a lot better. Would you like to share that with us?
I would love to share that with you, and maybe it will validate some of why I can be up here and just sharing my story. And so you know that I actually know what I'm talking about. I would love to share my story with you. So when I have 4 kids and I'm 39, can I say my age? I'm 39 years old, and when I had, so my kids are ranges right now from 9 to 15, and when my 3rd child, he's 12 right now, so when he turned 1 year old, he became really, really sick, and we found out there was a few things wrong with him. For one, he was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain, and they really don't do much for that except for brain surgery to put a stent in to drain it into a different cavity of the body. And then we also found out that he had allergies to all dairy and pork, and he was basically starving to death when we found this out. His body was so full of mucus that when we started taking the dairy products and the pork, the meat out of his diet, he had entire diaperfuls of pure balls of mucus in his diaper, like no poop. And I know it's kind of gross to talk about, but that was the reality. He literally was starving to death because of his allergies. Also, so in the meantime, while all this happened, I had been to Primary Children's Hospital 3 times in 1 month trying to figure out what was going on with them. He also was a breath holder, and he would faint, and he had a couple seizures with that. And so during this time, I was super stressed out. My husband wasn't home a lot, and I had a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and then a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then my 1-year-old. So I had a lot of little kids at my house. You guys can probably relate to that. So if you're a mom and you've got kids, you can relate to having sick kids and being stressed out and trying to take care of the rest of the family. Well, that was where I was at, and I was super, super stressed out. And because of the stress that I had, when you are really stressed, it doesn't just affect it doesn't just affect one area of your health, it can affect all areas of your health. You change one thing, everything is so connected. It can change your emotional state, it can change your physical state, it can change your mental state, and even your spiritual state. You can be spiritually exhausted. So during this time of stress, I was diagnosed. It took about 6 months. I was really sick, and I ended up not being able to sleep at night, sleeping up in a chair and not being able to eat, and I had a constant cough, and I was tired. And so I took 6 months to be diagnosed with acid reflux, and it wasn't the normal kind. It was the kind that came all the way up through my chest and up my throat and burned my tonsils. And my tonsils were so disgusting and gross, and they just were scarred and just yucky. So I did not have strep throat like most of the doctors thought I did. It was acid reflux. So I knew that this was a complete diet thing. Now, between my son, who had allergies to all dairy and pork and was trying to get rid of all the mucus in his body and actually take in the nutrition, and me with acid reflux, we had a major 180. My gut really needed to be revamped. It needed to be helped. I knew this was a diet thing, so I read and studied tons of books, and I realized that mine had to do with the pH. If I could control the pH, then my body would heal, and that's exactly what happened. I started with me. I got rid of sugar. I got rid of dairy. I got rid of meat. I got rid of a lot of things. I was super strict at first. Became an alkaline diet, super alkaline.
That was inflaming your gut.
Yes, yes. I had tons of inflammation in my body, and it wasn't just in my gut. It was spilling over into my muscles and my joints and my throat and my voice. It was affecting my voice. And so, yeah, super inflamed gut. And you know, your gut is where your immune system is too. So that's why I was susceptible to being sick a lot, because when your gut's not in the right place, you also have a really low immune system. Yeah. So, yeah, so thank you. So anyways, I changed my diet to an anti-inflammatory diet, alkaline diet, kind of the same thing.
So what does that look like?
And then we took the dairy okay, so we did this for my whole family, because if you're changing your diet, it's really hard to make 2 meals, or it's really hard to have like half your family eating something that you are looking over and you're drooling over.
Yeah.
So
especially if it's
so
a child.
Yeah, a child. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
That was so hard for my 1-year-old. Like, everyone would be eating. So this is what I did for him, like, because you know, you go to church or you go to school or you go, you know, basically anywhere, and people always have candy bars, or they have ice cream, or they have like popsicles, you know, things that have the dairy and the chocolate and the stuff that we couldn't eat. So I had a chocolate ball made with almonds and bananas. It had 5 ingredients: coconut, dates, and I made that for him, and I took him everywhere I went, because whenever there was a treat offered that he couldn't have, I had a treat for him, which that was super awesome. And that recipe is really cool, and I'm happy to give that recipe out to you guys too. So maybe I'll stick that in the email with this recording. So that's one thing I would do. I would take things wherever I went. And what I did eat were the alkaline foods. So we ate lots of nuts, we ate lots of greens, we ate lots of berries. We had, fermented foods. So fermented foods are great because they're packed with probiotics and they're packed with enzymes. And the greens are packed with vitamins and minerals from the green color. And really the best like alkaline food are your roots, because they're super rich in minerals from the ground that they're grown in. So that should kind of give you a good overview.
Like, tell us about, maybe some people aren't familiar with what roots there are out there to eat. I think for me, potato first off, right? So maybe we can just
so roots are anything that's grown in the ground. So anything that's grown in the ground, carrot or parsnip or rutabaga, even stuff like garlic and onions, super, super healing, have tons of vitamins, tons of minerals for your body. And the best part about roots is that they're super available to your body. They're very bioavailable nutrients to your body, and because they are roots, they have, and they're from Mother Nature, they're God's food. They have the ability to break down. They have the enzymes in them to break down, and they're really, really good for your colon. Any kind of root vegetable will clean out your colon, clean out that inflammation, get the gut working. Yes, yes. And the greens are that same way too. They have lots of fiber, and they have lots of minerals and vitamins and chlorophyll that detox your blood and help you take up your nutrients. And the cool thing, the thing about alkaline foods that is super important is that when your body has a specific balance that it needs to be at, especially your blood, if it's not balanced, you wouldn't be alive. And it's a very specific balance. And if you're your pH is off, then that is going to create problems in your gut. It's going to create problems with your bones. It's going to create problems everywhere in your body. So that's a really important thing, and it's super helpful because if you're eating alkaline, balanced foods, then you will be able to create the flora in your gut. You'll be able to create that good bacteria, and that will boost your immune system and create like superpowers.
Yes.
It'll make you super healthy. So that's my story. And I was able to heal myself within 2 months of eating this way and creating a healthy flora and a healthy body through eating alkaline foods. And my son, it took him a little bit longer because of all of his problems, like his hydrocephalus. We balanced that out with the diet. As soon as we started building his immune system, getting his gut going, getting his colon going, and his digestive system working normal, then his body also started healing the hydrocephalus, and he stopped fainting and stopped having the seizures and the fainting spells. And that has a lot to do with your gut too, because if your gut is off and it's already struggling and you're not creating a good bacteria and you're not digesting your food, then it can actually throw your nervous system off as well. And that's why you can get stomach aches and bloating and constipation. It can throw the nervous system off in the body and slow that response down from the colon. So yeah, so it's good. It's good. If you're digesting your food, you probably won't have allergies. If you're digesting your food, then you'll have less food sensitivities. When food sticks in your colon, it actually creates pockets, and then you can get holes in there, and it can leak poisons, and really that's what causes the food sensitivities, is all the problems of the food not being digested. So
that's an amazing story.
Anyways, that's my story. Like I said, he's a normal 12-year-old boy, very healthy.
It's amazing how important food and the right foods are to a healthy gut. So that was a great story. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. So I know, Kim, you've had a lot of problems with this kind of stuff too. You had a daughter, I think, that had some of these problems. Why don't you tell everybody your story?
Yeah, so mine is completely different, which is kind of awesome to hear different stories. But so my daughter, when she was about 13, starting to go through puberty, started to feel sick. She had migraines all the time. She was exhausted where she couldn't get out of bed. She was a dancer and she couldn't dance anymore. And she started putting on weight. And we just thought, oh, maybe it's just puberty. And within an 8-month period, she had put on almost 50 pounds. And her acne was bad. She started having severe stomach aches every time she ate anything. And we kind of went through the same thing as you, Leanna, where we went to doctors in Salt Lake. We went to doctors in Las Vegas. We took her to doctors in California. And they diagnosed her with all kinds of stuff. They thought it was her thyroid, and then they thought she had Cushing's disease. They thought that she had cysts on her ovaries. And as we went through and did all the tests for that, they all came back negative, that wasn't what it was. So we saw a nutritionalist, we saw a dietitian. They put her on thyroid medication for a while, and her hair was falling out, and we were becoming desperate. She had cut out all of the foods that she was allergic to, they thought. She cut out dairy and eggs and meat and all the same things that you were kind of talking about, Leanna. But what's interesting, the thing that we learned from this is that if your gut is not healed, so if you cut those foods out, but you don't do the things to heal it, which is what we're going to talk a little bit more about, that you won't see results. And so I'm going to put my glasses back on so I can see. But we're going to kind of talk a little about, Leanna talked a little bit about fermented foods, about, I am going to tell you something that we did that was amazing. First of all, you have to clean out the gut. And the thing that we found that works so good, Dr. Christopher's lower bowel. So this is a herb combination that actually goes in and cleans out your intestines, your colon, and starts scraping the sides of those to get it out. All of the buildup from years of mucousy foods, like Leanna talked about, build up in there, and then it prevents our body from being able to uptake the nutrition that we need. So first of all, we started cleaning that out. We got rid of the foods, just like Leanna said. We went to an all mucus-free diet, which is roots and fermented. And then we just added, we did lots of this to start cleaning those walls off and to start healing the stomach. Then the next thing that we did, which Leanna talked about, you can eat kimchi or sauerkraut, or what were some of the other, you said, the other fermented foods that you used, Leanna?
So you could ferment anything that you want. If you could home ferment it, and at Whole Foods, they have a lot of really good fermented foods with just salt and water. No vinegar. You do not want vinegar because that will take from your bones immediately. But I used sauerkraut. This is kind of the sauerkraut I've got. It's called
that brand.
Wild Brine. My favorite is Bubby's, and I have some pickles. My kids eat this like crazy, these pickles. I know that writing's backwards, but at least you can kind of see it.
They're so good.
Yummy pickles.
Okay, so those are awesome. So you want to add those to your diet at least 2 times a day. One of our favorite things that we did that my daughter loves is we got a half slice of like a sourdough whole grain bread, and she did avocado on that with sauerkraut on top. That was delicious. And then putting sauerkraut on your potatoes is amazing. Salsa, fermented salsa that you can find, delicious. Okay, this is fermented herbs. Okay, so the benefits of herbs are that you're going to start healing all of your gut. Okay, so now you're getting the fermentation. This is holy basil, which is one of my favorite herbs for the gut. All the fermented herbs have vitamin K, vitamin B, vitamin D. They're just packed with vitamins. So you're getting the fermentation, and now you're getting benefits from the herb that heals the gut. Holy basil, I had written down here a couple things that holy basil is amazing. Let's see if I can find it here. Okay, so holy basil is awesome. It promotes healthy gut. It regulates the bile flow. It prevents bloating, controls inflammation in our body. It prevents cellular damage. It has antioxidants in it. It helps the immune system. So there's all kinds of stuff. And this, you can order anise, which is amazing for your intestines also. You can order a ton of different herbs fermented, and I get mine from a website called primalboxes.com, and we can add that on there for you guys. Okay, anise, fermented anise is amazing. It helps with colic. That is probably my favorite one, favorite fermented herb for children, because it's really, really mild. It's easy on the stomach. It helps with menstrual cramps, which is also another part of inflammation in our gut. Do you have a favorite one that you like to use, Leanna?
I really like the holy basil one as well. And then I really liked the, what one was it? I really liked the cinnamon one and the thyme. Thyme is one of my favorites.
Well, and cinnamon tastes amazing. I love it. Cinnamon's so good. Those are all good things. Okay, so then the next thing is my daughter, so we
cinnamon is
what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Leanna.
Oh. I was just gonna say it's a really good one for kids. My kids, because the fermented herbs can be a little bit strong for kids, and even my older kids taking it is a really good one for them. They like that one a lot.
Can you say that one again? Sorry. Okay, so the next thing that we did after...
That's okay, I just said...
Oh, okay. After cleaning out the gut and adding the fermentation, the next thing that we found to really benefit my daughter was teas. And so some of my favorite teas, we started having her drink tea morning and night. One of the benefits of teas is if you drink them for 14 days in a row, then your body starts building up the immunity that you need to help heal the gut and to help prevent infections. So one of the tricks is balancing the bacteria, right, in our gut, and having a healthy gut. And having good bacteria in there means having a strong immune system also. The fermented herbs help with the bacteria and the fermented foods. So I'm just going to tell you guys the couple of teas that my daughter used that we found worked so well. Peppermint, I know you all are familiar with peppermint tea. It's awesome. It promotes bile production. It's antifungal. It helps you absorb your nutrients, and it calms the bowels. So it really helps if you have IBS, or if you have inflammation, if you have gas, if you have a problem, like you've eaten something and you feel like it's just not digesting very well. The peppermint is really awesome, and it does so many more things. Peppermint is just one of the #1 things when I think of having a healthy gut. Peppermint is something I think of. The other tea that we loved was ginger tea, and it's a little bit spicy, but it really helps with acid reflux. I don't know if you used that, Leanna, when you were healing your acid reflux.
I thought, but you know, one thing I did use was a slice of a potato. If you have any kind of acid reflux problem, you can slice up any kind of potato, eat it, and it takes it away.
That is awesome. Yeah, you can
like taking it.
Yeah, you can grate the potato and eat it raw with your salads, and that's true. It does help. That took the gases right out of my daughter's stomach also. So ginger, it is also calming. It helps with fatigue. It releases chemicals and poisons that are in your gut. So if you want to get rid of toxins that are in there, quickly drink some ginger tea. It helps with cramps and nausea, diarrhea, indigestion, helps with motion sickness, colic, and it's great if you have the flu or you've been vomiting. That is another one. So I'm just going to tell you a tip. If you're not a tea drinker, I drink my tea just straight. I don't add honey. I don't add anything to my tea. But if you're not, one of the things that my kids love to do is they'll add a little bit of honey and some almond milk, and it makes it really sweet and just creamy and delicious. And so you can try that if you're not a tea drinker yet. And then my last favorite tea is rose hip. It is delicious. It is just calming, helps with inflammation also. It's great if you're having PMS or menopause. It helps with the bacteria in your gut, and it's just amazing. Another tip that I have is that licorice root tea. If you add that to any tea, it helps with the taste. Like if you don't want to add sugar or honey, not sugar, but if you want to add, don't want to add honey, you can do that. Okay, and then the last thing that we found, so my daughter, she is all better. She's completely healed her stomach. She's lost her weight. She doesn't have migraines. Her hair has come back. Her skin looks amazing. And I really know that this all had to do with just healing her gut and helping her colon to be healthy. So one of the last things that we use that I just wanted to talk to you guys about is essential oils. Okay, Leanna and I are both huge fans of essential oils. We use them, we love them. One of my favorite oils is Goddess of Spring oils. I love them, but this is my holy basil, which, so everything that we've talked about, the teas and the fermented herbs, all of them would be just amazing in an essential oil form also, don't you think, Leanna?
Yeah, yep. They're really good in essential oil form, or you could do a teas. It just depends on the strength you want. But anything to do internally, you want to do internal, but you got to be careful with the oils. I wouldn't recommend doing those internally. Some are, so depending on what you're choosing, it's the strength that you're looking for. And then the fermented herbs also has the extra benefit of the probiotics and the enzymes that come with fermenting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So the couple of oils that we did use. Oh, sorry.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, those are wonderful. Thanks. The couple of oils that we did use internally is fennel, because fennel is very sweet and really mild. So if you have a stomach issue, you know, you can just take a couple drops of fennel in your tongue, and fennel even works great for your tiny babies. The kids love the taste of fennel. It has kind of a licorice taste. The other essential oil is caraway that I love. It stimulates digestion. It's a laxative, so if you're feeling constipated, take a couple drops of that. And it also can get rid of food poisoning. So if you are eating out and you take some caraway before and after, it will help prevent that. And then another oil that's not very commonly used but is amazing is coriander. It stops intestinal spasms. So if you're, you know, when your stomach is just sometimes like cramping up because of foods you've eaten, or because you have the muscles are weak in your intestines or your colon, that will help stop the spasms and helps with bloating, flatulence, cramps, and it protects the stomach lining and helps rebuild it. So that's a really good one. It also is awesome with eczema and helps with acne on the skin. So I think that's just a few essential oils. I think we're going to do another follow-up kind of teaching you guys about oils and how to use them and how to blend them and combine them. But we also have just a couple of tips on exercises, right, Leanna, that you can do to help get the colon and the intestines moving and to start healing the muscles in there. We might be frozen. Leanna, can you hear me?
Kind of.
Do you want to tell us about the exercises? So I'm not sure if Leanna's still here. We can't see her, but one of the exercises that Leanna and I have done is walking. If you're walking and moving your arms up like this in that motion, it actually gets the intestines moving and pushes stuff out. You'll see that stuff will start moving really quickly. Leanna, I think, was going to tell us about the exercise you can do laying on the ground. A lot of times if you're, Leanna, were you going to tell us about the exercise you do laying on the ground for adults and children that helps strengthen the
one? So there, okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can hear you.
And I'm sorry if I cut out. You can just take. Okay, so the exercise, there's one exercise that's really good for if your digestive system isn't working that great. You eat and starting to feel like your stomach is overloaded or your intestines are hurting, where you can lay down on your side. It's kind of like an easy thing. You just lay down on your so you can lay your arm like this side, and you're trying to balance, okay? You're balancing on your side, and you just lay there. And what that does is that will kind of stretch your body out and help your organs go back into place and just get everything aligned. So you do that for about 5 minutes on each side, and just laying down on the ground, just kind of stretching your body out in a line. And then there's another one.
Leanna, can I just say something about that laying on the ground one? So if you have a baby, I have done this. You put their arm above their head and have them lay flat like this for a few minutes, and then roll them to the other side, and they will have a diaper full.
Yep. It's good. So the next one is when you're walking, to just swing your arms, and you just swing them like this. Just like swinging their rear end and swinging their arms. That is actually really, really good for the colon. It works the muscles on your, gets the colon moving, and stimulates the digestive system to just get that going. Stimulates the gut. So that is really, really good exercise. It will bring more to and just really help get things moving that way. Yeah. Plus, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, walking is always great. And then we have, we're going to post this. Should I just kind of show them?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys can see, but let me move my chair back. Okay, this is a stomach massage. It's amazing. It helps heal all of the villi in your intestines, helps clean off all of the buildup that we've been talking about, and just move stuff really along quickly. And so what you're going to do is first you just start at, I don't know if you can see.
It might be. Oh, there we go.
Can you see? I won't show the whole thing, but you just start here on your right side, and you're going to pull up, holding with the other hand. So like you're going to hold down here, pull up, hold here, pull over, hold here, pull down, and then come back where you're going to end, where everything exits. So we're going to post these, and you're going to do that square motion around the belly button is centered in the middle. And then you're going to, the next one, I'll just show really quickly, you're going to pull starting at the bottom, the sides in and going up. And of course you do this on your actual belly with your shirt up, but no one wants to see my belly, okay? And then you're going to go here and start at the top and move down. and come all the way to the bottom. Okay, so now what we've done is we've cleaned the intestines, and now we've come and cleaned the middle of the intestines, kind of scraping everything off the sides, and you will not believe what will move. And you might even feel sometimes like a little blockage in there. And if you get to that, you just slowly kind of break that up and push it out also. Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to do just a circular motion covering that same square like this. And this is amazing. I do it on myself every morning, and I've done it on babies too that have maybe have had parts of their intestine or colon removed, maybe the villi or the muscles are not working correctly. This massage can actually get them repairing themselves and working again. It's seriously amazing. Okay, then the next one, I'm just going to show you real quickly because I think we're running out of time. Some of the oils that we talked about, or the herbs, you can, go back and look at the herbs, the fermented herbs, the teas, the oils. Any of those you can use in oil form. I just have a roller, and I've put a few of those, a carrier oil. You can use olive oil, which we're going to, at our next class about oils and combining oils and how to use them, we'll go over this more so you'll have a better understanding. But you can put a carrier oil in here and then add the oils that are for digestion or for the gut. And then I just use this after I'm done with that, roll it all over my stomach, and then make sure that I cover it with a circular motion, the whole gut area. This is actually for the belly. And then this one is for, the circular one is the small intestines. And you will not believe how well this works in helping to heal gut so that you can be healthy and have movement. And I don't know if we said this, Leanna, but if you are not going to the bathroom every time after you eat, I'm not talking about number one either, I'm talking about number two. If you're not going to the bathroom, you have some opportunities for healing your gut. So it's been so fun, and hopefully you guys have all learned something. And if you have questions, you can send us an email, and hopefully you'll join us for our next one. I think Leanna's frozen, but I know she would say this has been awesome and hope to see you guys again soon. Have a good day. Bye.